Hey guys, so I have a more of a natural tutorial for you today. It's more of an everyday pear back look, not as intimidating as some of maybe the dark lips that I've been doing recently. And I wanted to use this bad boy, which is one of the new Zoeva palettes. This is the Naturally Yours palette from one of four of their new palettes, which is going to be out on the 24th of March on the website and on LetzMakeup.co.uk, so you can check there. In the meantime, I did show them in my birthday haul video, so you can see a bit more of them there, but I will be doing a review on them very soon because they are fab eyeshadows. I'm really impressed. And if you want to see how I use them for this look, just keep watching the tutorial. Cheers guys! Since this is a really kind of more natural everyday look, even though I suppose the eyes won't be too underdone, but I don't want my skin to be too overdone, I'm just going to use a nice light foundation. This is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. 110 is my kind of closest colour. It's annoying that there's no pump in this one, in the one in Ireland. I've been told by subscribers in Spain that they have pumps in theirs, so it's a shame we don't have it, but I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. I'm just going to pin back my fringe before I go ahead. I'm just going to use my Zoeva Defined Buffer brush and apply that over my face where I need it. This does pin my face down to match my neck, but it's not so opaque that it makes me look really white or ghostly once it's on. And you just work that really well into the skin. You never have to worry about lines from foundation when I use this foundation brush. I'm also just going to use the tapered tip of that brush and apply the foundation over my lids as well. This will just take away the redness. Next I need to tackle my under eye circles, so I'm going to start off with my Bobbi Brown Light Peach Corrector and just dab that lightly over the darkest area, which is that inner corner where I get my blue vein, and down here onto the more purpley under eye circle. And then next I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, which is a great under eye concealer. It's quite hydrating and gives a good amount of pigment. And I'm just going to apply that first. Again, concentrating it on the darkest area on the inner corner, and then just bounce it in with my fingers, or tap it in with my fingers. So I'll use one finger to kind of spread it, and then a second finger to maybe take away some of the excess and help to really settle it into the skin. And if I need any more, I'll go back to the first finger on any darker areas. And then I'm just going to put a wee bit of that same concealer down the centre of my nose. I just like to have that kind of central panel all the same kind of brightness and tone. And then I'm just going to switch to a slightly thicker creamy concealer. This is the Revlon PhotoReady concealer, and apply this on any blemishes or red areas, which I have plenty of. Definitely around the sides of my nose anyhow, because I get quite red there. More so around this time of the month as well, when when it's that time of the month. I tend to get more red in certain areas as well, which of course is hormones. And then today I'm going to be using a cream blush. This is the Revlon PhotoReady Flushed Rougissant, I think it's how it's pronounced, number 200, and it's this gorgeous, bright, beautiful pink cream blusher. I'm going to apply that to the apples of my cheeks, just quite haphazardly to start off with, and then you just need to blend that in. So you don't kind of want to overblend and rub it away, or have any central areas rubbed away. So kind of tap it in and then start blending around the edges. This is a really fresh look as well when you have it kind of spread quite wide along the cheek, around the cheek. I'm just going to stick with the Fit Me powder since I've used the foundation and the concealer, and it's a great rearrange. I'll definitely will do a foundation. Definitely will do a review video for you at some stage. And I'm just going to pack this on with my Sonia Kashuk number 29 brush. And rather than applying any highlights, I'm going to create highlights just by not applying powder where I want the highlight to be. And I want to add a little bit more life to my face, so I'm going to use these W7 bronzing pearls just to add a little bit of colour with an e.l.f. small tapered brush. These are these wee guys, which are kind of funny looking. Tap off any excess and then just lightly apply mainly to the contours of the face, so to the outside. And I usually always do my forehead and temples as well, but if my hair is down I wouldn't be as bothered. My fringe. And then I'm actually just going to pick up some dust from the side of the inside of that and use that to apply a tiny bit of a light contour down either side of my nose. It's quite a natural look, so I'm not going to go crazy with contouring. Then, as you probably guessed, I'm going to be using my Naturally Yours palette by Zoeva, which is available from the 24th. And these really don't need too much of a base, so I'm just going to use the foundation that I already applied. And that's going to work as my primer. I'm going to apply some of this shade here, which is First Love, as my brow highlight. This can be applied with a blending brush because it's quite a strong white. Like it has a lot of colour payoff, so it's not something you really need to pack on with a tightly packed brush. This blending brush works perfectly. And as usual, I always bring that down a little bit further than you'd particularly want to, because it'll be a good base to blend over. And then I'm going to apply some of this guy here, Smooth Harmony, which is a really interesting, beautiful tone. Get rid of any lines on my eyelids first. I'm pretty much just going to use the same brush for everything. So this looks kind of like a rosy beige, and when it's on it has this gorgeous golden yellow tone coming through. It's a really interesting colour. Really, really pretty. And then this Casual Elegance here, which is a very much obvious kind of pale gold. I'm going to apply that just onto the inner corner a little bit as a highlight. I love my kind of yellow and gold colours for spring. I think they're just so, I suppose it's like everywhere I look there's daffodils as well, which is really springy to me. I suppose that could be one of the reasons why I love that colour range. And then I'm going to apply some of Soft and Sexy, which is this medium brown. Very matte and very smooth and buttery. The colour payoff on these is really, really impressive. Just do a tiny bit of that in the outer corner. And then just whatever's left on the brush, sweep a little bit underneath the lower lash line. Just very, very lightly. And then just kind of buff and blend whatever is left above that crease. But I don't want this to be a very heavily like creased look or anything. Creased look? Creasy look? I'm not saying that right at all. I don't want this to be a very heavily defined, overly defined eyeshadow look. And I'm going to get a little bit more of that Soft and Sexy, take off excess on a bit of tissue, apply it to that inner section, running up to the eyebrows. I think this just adds a really lovely kind of romantic look to the eye. Trick is to make sure you keep it quite soft, not too strong or dark, because it can look quite gothy if you used a very dark colour. Then for eyeliner, I'm going to be using my iStudio Lasting Drama Gel Eyeliner. It's a 24-hour wear one, and this is by Maybelline. I love this guy, particularly for the price. It's a really, really good alternative to the higher end ones. And I'm just going to be using the brush that came with it, because it's a Grand Wee brush for applying eyeliner. It's actually very handy. And just draw like a medium line all the way across, thinner on the inner corner, with a little flick on the very outer corner. Then for lashes, I'm going to use the W7 Lashtastic False Liquid Lashes Mascara. This is a great mascara and it's like $3.50 or under. It's got the same brush as the In Extreme Dimension by MAC. I'm just going to apply that then to the lashes and really make sure you wiggle it at the base to get good product, you know, deposit there. It'll really help to pump up the lashes. And if you have a prominent brow bone like myself, make sure you keep looking down for a few seconds after applying the mascara, because it'll transfer onto your eyelid otherwise, especially since this really does help lengthen lashes. It's a great wee mascara for the price. I'm really impressed. And then for my brows, I'm going to use the Soap & Glory Archery Brow Tint and Precision Shaping Pencil, which is this guy here. It has a pencil on this side and like a marker, which is like the tint, on the other side. So I'm going to go in with the tint first of all and just brush that through the hairs. I always leave the eyebrows until after, like pretty much after everything is done, like the eyes and the skin, just because you tend to get a powder and like product build up while you're doing all those processes, and if you've already done your eyebrows before you finish that off, chances are everything you've done will just be covered over. So what I really like about this is it's quite a subtle tint. It's not a strong brow marker like some other ones I've come across. So it really does add just the right amount of colour and shape. Then if I was going for like a stronger look, I'd probably use the pencil and then to add a little bit more depth or definition to my brows. But all I'm going to do now is apply some eyebrow filler. This is the Catrice one, which is tinted, and apply a little bit of that just through the hairs to keep them in place. You can apply a clear one as well, of course. I find that the tint helps to kind of further cover any little bits of powder or foundation though that might have greyed your eyebrows down a little bit. And then to finish off, keeping with the kind of fresh, pretty look of everything and the natural look, I'm going to go for this Revlon Just Bitten Kissable Balm Stain in Honey. I thought it was called Honey Douce, but I think Douce is the French word for honey or something, because it's honey/douce, so it's called Honey. And it's just this lovely, very romantic kind of vintage pink. And these are great because they are balms. They're not really like glosses, but they offer a good bit of pigment. So there you have it, guys, a really kind of simple, non-complicated, everyday pretty makeup tutorial, and this is perfect for a date to the cinema, which is what I'm going to be doing in the next hour or two. So I hope you like this, guys. Thanks a million for watching, and I'll chat to you soon. Bye!